going in this one. The castle is a very core part of the identity of the defensive structure. Asparaguus bring on a map like Cafe, and for G2 to ban that away, that is going to make it more difficult for them to play the way they wanted. And Asparagus have again banned an operator that we used to poor, so they have limited opportunity to get the information on these operators from G2. Blaz will get one, trades himself off into DBNO, and down below is that Valkyrie, so Doki should be able to get that revive, and does so. G2 in complete control here, the opening round of the defense. Asparagus just looking for a way in at this moment, and it might need a miracle, and it might need someone to make an overextension or a poor call of judgment, and that's the only really way they have to get themselves back in this. Alamau finding, Lawyer finding some pressure out towards Pixel. The Monty can do very little to stare you down, but retreats all the way out towards Planks, and the teammates are there in support as well. 5 versus 3, 40 seconds. This should be one that G2 can coast out the victory.
Yeah, Monty has to be careful not to extend himself too far down this corridor, allowing for the swing to happen on the other side, and that's exactly what happens. Lyra.
A great beginning here is we're down below in VIP and back up with Packful.
Yeah, they knew. And drone economy is difficult on a map like Cafe. Rexon finds out.
A lot of focus on the verticality here. Alamau did try to rotate this hatch, but it is pre-open for them. That nade is good, and it will force Doki back. He can't deploy that key, but in time, a Packbull drops in, and then the smoke is perfect. Lawyer's DMR can't set off its song, and now with 24 seconds left to go, Lawyer has to make a deep rotation, finding one though on the J. What a shot! Reads the rotation, and this is why he's the demon. Lawyer finding 3, and it's just like that. Back to 2 versus 2. It's all over just like that. There is no mute in play, so you'll get full effect from anyone who you've detected. But Gibson, look at the HUD towards that Deimos. They've not spotted anyone out on this. Logic bomb goes out, and that will give them much information, as Rexon will find the opening on the Doki. Packball gets his pick on towards Alamau, but traded off by Blaz in the midst of that chaos. A great read, spotting that Jaeger out. Needs to blind him, but no, Uno finding 2. And just like that, Asparagus' advantage is neutralized. Boss G gets one more with a hip fire. You couldn't even write that. I think you have an idea that out by White Stairs, Doki peeks out knowing Deimos is there, and Packball not quick enough on the draw to find enough damage for a DBNO or a kill. Candelas go out, the execution arrives, and the blitz is going to be that vocal point of pressure arriving inside of Dining. A jump out there, and Hungry's going to be able to get one on towards Blaz, and Day is going to pop off for Uno. It's going to be pressure on White Stairs. This shotgun was picked for a reason, and it's to get this control. A single pump of that N870 up close and personal will be enough to say that. Warning, but Packball looks the wrong way, and Alamau gifted a freebie back to level playing field.
Yeah, 3 versus 2. Doki will take down Jay, and Doki gets his triple on the round as all the big names for G2 are singing from the same hymn sheet at the moment. You've got Alamau pushing inside a lot. They move now towards that default plant, but something is just amiss. They've realized they've got a minute left to work with. You've still got drones that you can use to find where these defenders are, and that's exactly what they do. Hungry will find Blaz. 3 versus 2 now, and it's all down to Doki and Alamau. Long angle now through bar. This is a horrible Pixel to fight a gunfight against, but gives up that position. Repositions now against the hard wall. The drone will sail on by, and damage dealt towards Doki, but Doki still stands, and Doki will win the fight against Rex and switches over towards Freezer now. More damage dealt now to Alamau. 30 seconds to go now as Hungry will find a double on the round. What can Doki do? Well, one thing's for sure. You need to see Asparagus set up across here.
Asparagus need this round oh so desperately. That drone will spot out Doki and Pack. Maximum value from that Deimos. Time and time again, that's going to hurt them in the long run. The logic bomb goes out, and nothing quite found with it. Rexon does get the opening. That's on the Doki. Alamau's there for that trade on towards Jay. Back to level playing field yet again.
Yeah, but look where Jay is. Look where they are. Like, Asparagus already have pressure in and around side. You know, will get the kill onto Rexon, bring us back to a 4 versus 3 in favor of G2 as Alamau gets back on his feet. But it was a very pushed. Oh, Daya has just obliterated Uno through the wall with a pre-fire. What?
On towards Lyra, and they'll now know that Deimos is down below. They can establish a crossfire from this. They've got a Lion scan to work with. Correction, no they don't. They now know that out towards Laundry is going to be a threat, but that single shot, the revolver might give away the play here. Blaz gets one on towards Daya, and it's going to be a bit of a nightmare. Alamau pops off, finding one. It's got there, and Hungry shut down. This is going to invite the Brazilian to repel straight in. Lyra walks in from hell, gets one, but Rexon's there to find one trade, and so is Packbull, and that's Asparagus finding a lifeline in this round. Now that barricade will make a lot of noise and might relay that position. Rexon finds a second one, and Blaz falls. Asparagus might be able to get themselves their second round. It looks likely that they can do that here on the defense. Lyra alone against 3. Now, if there's one player I would never count out in a position like this, it would be Lyra. Loira. Verticality might be a problem, but they're not staring at that for just yet. He can elude that detection for the time being and finds a shot on the J. What a shot, Gibby. I'm starting to believe here.
Gotta retake top row though. You've got the case. Maybe planting on the other side might be the best thing to do in this scenario because of the verticality that is still being held. You see those red silhouettes off in the distance. You go too far into the corner, you open yourself up to a spray from white. A minute to go. Maybe, just maybe, Asparaguus think that time's against them. C4 above creates more verticality, meaning that that's not a position you can plant in, but you know what? That earlier rotate comes in pretty clutch. The gaps in the floor that was created by the nade before. Hungry, hanging on by a thread, but still in the fight. Look at the angle being held by Packbull on the skylight, waiting for the drop, but Loira will get the kill onto Daya. C4 still at the ready here as Hungry's in the position, but Jay on a wander will catch out Blaz. 5-2 the scoreline, 4v4 the player count on this round, and Packbull went for the play below New Hatch, but Alamo gets the kill, and the case is going to be put down by the flying Finn. Uno will get it down. You've got two defenders nowhere near where they need to be in order to win this round, and the angle's being held, but Doki knows that there's a very good likelihood there. Uno's in the perfect position to play for the trade. This is what G2 historically maybe didn't do the best, but they played to win map number 1, and this could be the one. The Finn will be the tip of the spear, although that tip will be blunt with it being a shield. But there's Blaz getting the opener. Packbull gets the trade, but how much information can Hungry even feed? What can he do with this information?
Well, Hungry has the all-important C4 down below. Doki pops up, gets that confirmation. Packbull shut down, and the C4 does not hit its mark. Uno will be thankful for that one. The Monty's still a factor in this round, but Asparagus one player down. Minute 25, and I think G2 almost have free reign to establish whatever they want. And look at this. Blaz, the confidence to rappel on in, but pays dearly for it. Rexon finding 2, and that's why you never underestimate your opposition, G2. Overconfidence can be a killer, and that's what we've seen. But look who's alive. It's Loira. The case is cold. It's Hungry and Rexon. Now, surely they have the information, that cardiac sensor. They should know where the Sophia is arriving from. Loira finding 1.
To establish full control. Red silhouettes still playing below. You can see maybe that could be a late brown retake. Maybe a little push up again. Jay will make it a 5v4, and somehow we see an escaping act on the other side by Rexon as well.
That's massive. G2 lose the first pick of this matchup of this round, but don't get themselves traded. Uno's make a rotation in the pillar, and this is where the Monty can demand respect. You have to respect this shield. Like, they can walk in and take space, but the Legion is going to burn oh so critical time. With Doki holding control upstairs, that retake angle isn't there, and verticality is going to deny power positions. Alamo gets that pick on towards Hungry, and now they can begin to pick Asparagus apart bit by bit. The case should go down. Is the cover good enough? Pops up Packbull! Finding 2! And just like that, Peter Bull has unraveled G2, but 000 is still here. But it's behind that countertop. The Selma charge will open that up, and that's not the angle you want to give yourself up to. TCSG misses its shot, flashbang goes out, but Uno just charges on in. TCSG rips one more a shred, and we're back to level playing field. And look at this, Packbull knows someone's on that invert repel, and he's gonna make himself a dilemma behind this countertop. So back to level playing field. And again, you can hold Packbull, but if he keeps himself in cover, guess what? If you don't have a head to shoot at, you can't clear him.
No fire darts to clear that position any longer either, as to become a bit more aggressive. Stun grenade thrown though, and this is the old-fashioned way. Shock and okay, Daya. Okay, Daya, he'll get the kill onto Doki from that off angle. Still hold.
One member of G2 is upstairs, and that could be a problem. Alamo. Oh my goodness. Okay, Blaz.
GG.
Right. Woo! That might be GG for this map as we see a rotation arriving. Blaz doesn't find that shot. It's going to be a great read from Alamo. It's all down the Hungry alone. This case should go down. He's retaken upstairs, and that drone, unfortunately, gives away his intention. And a deep rotation out. G2 should have this round on lock. But how many times in this day have we said the phrase should, and it goes absolutely against the script? He looks the wrong way, not checking deep enough, and G2 should be too experienced to let this one fall apart. He does have a bait in the back pocket, so he can make himself a more maneuverable angle. He can rotate via that red head hole set, but he will choose to not do it. He only got 20 seconds to go. The case is all the way up by prep. Not a lot he can do from this. That angle is open, yeah. This is a tough one. There's not a lot he can do. It is going to be consolation prize for the kills. Alamo gets that shut down. G2 lockout, but it takes 11 rounds. and we saw a rally from Asparaguus, but unfortunately, G2 get the job done and lock it out. And now they lead this series 1-0, and they're one map closer to going to Boston.
Yeah, it was an excellent choice of plant spot as well by Rice when you considered that when by planting there, their whole
prevalence of hatches, you do not want to be caught by those electric claws if you don't have the right utility to deal with them. And our final ban, Gibby, rolling out from Asparaguus. Any predictions?
I'm going to say Azami because it's on my screen before you asked the question. So
I tried the time. D4 is primed and ready from that. We're going jumping on board with Loira, who will be sending those beams down below. Second smoke canister has been sent, and this might be an opportunity for GT to dive straight into the site, as he knows it's going to be here, and that's exactly what Alamal's going to do. Dives in, finds one, should be able to get a second one, and this should be a round for G2 Esports. As Alamal's going to get himself a third confirmation. No, Hungry finds a way to stop that with his case. Should go down. He's all alone, and this is going to be the opening round in favor of G2. Triple kill for Loira. Mega performance as always from Young Brazilian, and it will be Hungry. And a consolation prize has been ripped and might be able to buy a freebie. You have to wait for that 2-barrel to disperse and send it out deep now, and that might be golden.
Oh
yes, it is. Alamau down.
Alamau down, and now you can fall back to site. It's still about the halfway point of the round, but the damage has already been dealt because they're still going to try to clear open area, and that's exactly what Loira is attempting to do from this point on. You've lost your Blackbeard, you've lost your sentry, which gives you so much utility to use later on in the round, and it means that G2 might need to change things up a little bit, and maybe the drop and whip it. We've seen this before, and Hungry will get the kill from inside of Elevator. There's going to be a forced drop by Uno. He's going to see nothing through the smoke. Doki will make it a 2v4. Jay makes it the 1v4.
Have control of that one as we hop on board with Alamau on towards that Ash, running straight up to get control early, and that Blitz is hunting down the player with that boss G. Not a lot you can do as Loira charges down towards you. Should be able to pick up a second one, and actually does so perfectly. A very, very clinical execution upstairs from G2. They collapse from multiple angles, left no rotations available, and now it's all well and good. Even if you trade away this Blitz, job well done. And that's what they'll do. They get that pick back on Loira, but the damage is done. That upstairs hold completely neutralized. G2 done that with it.
And that opportunity for a huge flank might not be over just yet, and it is. He eventually falls back, but that could have been huge, and now they find themselves 4-2 down. Oh, it's a story of what, a 4 versus 1 now, all down to Daya, who missed the shots earlier, misses these.
Can they find that success again? Blaz on the Amaru is going to pose that threat, likely emerging via box hatch to try and put pressure on site directly. Loira gets the opening pick, and we're going to be waving goodbye to Jay, and that might just be the dinner bell getting rang now to send an Amaru up that hatch and put site pressure directly on. There's still a chance for Asparagus, but they need to get the next pick to go their way, and it's going to be a scrappy fight out towards Electrical.
Yeah, Rexon doesn't hit any of those shots at all. Takes damage in return. Alamau finds Pack Bull, so things are going from bad to worse. Loira still putting pressure on over by Electrical, but is the great position for Asparagus to claw one back. The issue is Loira. This deep angle from Electrical denies access bottom square, and he's going to win this one surely. A scrappy fight with the R4C, but gets the knock, and it's going to be Alamau to clean one up as well, just like that. They're spotted out, but they can't really do anything about it, and no. Why? Oh.
Yeah, so that's tough. At least Hungry sees the bright side in it, and Uno will take that as a keen opportunity to dive straight into sight. Drops the other hatch, Uno will pick one up with a pack ball, and it is going to be a collection of kills now for G2 as everything begins to unravel. They have been sometimes complacent in the matchups, but now they're taking the extra steps, those extra 2 or 3 seconds, to make sure they have that control guaranteed. Loira will find the opening pick, and that's going to be a very recurring theme, it feels like, even if they make it to the Invitational, as he is so exceptional as a player. Looks to find a second one! What? Okay, Rexon, that's what we need, and that might be the moment the Catalyst's team so desperately needs to get one round clawed back at the bare minimum.
Shots like that are worth the entry fee alone, and Rexon himself has been a rising star for this side. Hungry with a C4, but Alamo and Blaz recontrol the round for G2. 3 versus 2. You've got an attempt to flank, but Uno is waiting there patiently on the Canto Repel. He takes down Packbull. It's all down to Rexon, but whip it. Do you see what I see? 1 HP Alamo, 1 HP Blaz. Guno is on the roof outside the building. This is not done just yet. You've got a yellow ping. You know where the case is going down. I don't think you're going to be able to stop it, though, and you're not going to these angles. But it's all the pressure is on Asparagus as things stand. It's a 4v4. You've still got red control. Doki will make things more difficult as Packbull, who was trying to make a play from inside of elevators, taken down. And Doki's not going to rest on his laurels, making sure that there isn't a secondary player there. And of course there is one. We can see the player above that position, but with a minute to go, you gotta wonder what's next. Loira on the flank here as well. Buck's going to open up the angle, and Jay will take a ton of damage, and Loira's going to win as one. Yes, Jay's there for the trade, but it's a little bit too late. Opportunity now for Jay, and he's going to miss it as well. That was a player dead to rights. Alamau C4 will take it down despite Dai's best attempts to shoot the C4. This is another round win for G2. All but done. You know, again, we've seen stranger things in Siege in the past.
So Gibson, you want me to say the line? This should be around for G2. Should be.
But it is G2.
I mean, you know what, Gibby? I think that's even more of a confirmation that this round should be a guarantee for Asparagus at this stage. I think G2 should have this one guaranteed and locked in at this moment. And if they do get this round done, which should be only moments away, as that Evil Light does get itself caught out, but that will reveal that position. I will only be a matter of time to that.
Making sure nobody swung from inside of square. Loira will fall back. Information that a player is low. Doki gets a kill. Packbull will trade it back instantly, but look at this. It's a slaughter. Blaz and Uno will get a couple of kills. Why not Packbull? Why not jump out to try to get the kill onto the castle? But it is all down to Peter Bull. They're in ATMs. He gets his kill. It's a 3 versus 1 now, with SI beckoning for G2 Esports. You've got the case. You've got a line and maybe a possibility of sprinting towards site, but G2 just... they gotta get this done. G2 fans are begging a clean round win, a clean game, and a trip to Boston.
That would be perfect for G2 fans. Long have they suffered through inconsistency and poor performances. No guarantee Boston can be any different, but at least they will have their seat at the table. Packbull alone, the veteran of this team. And it's all down this one. Doki and all of Packbull's commitment to get that pick, diving out that window. But it all will just be a consolation prize. He finds one, can't make it to it. Alamau, the captain IGL of this team, wraps things up as G2 have booked their ticket to the Six Invitational 2025 in Boston. Congratulations as they get the job done in a very clean fashion here this evening.
And you know what? It is great for Siege to have G2 at SI. Some things go hand in hand, and that hammer below is synonymous with this org. Congratulations, they've done it.